Humans can lick too. One evening, a young girl was left alone at home with her faithful dog while her parents were out. As she tried to sleep, she heard strange noises coming from downstairs, which made her uneasy. To calm herself, she let her dog lick her hand from under the bed, feeling reassured by its presence. This routine happened a few times throughout the night. In the morning, she woke up to a horrifying discovery. Her dog had been brutally killed, and a note was left beside it that read, "Humans can lick too." This terrifying message revealed that the comforting licks during the night were not from her dog but from a sinister intruder hiding in her house. Black-eyed kids. The story of the black-eyed kids tells of strange children with pitch-black eyes who appear at night, knocking on doors or car windows and asking for help or a ride. These children look like normal kids, but their completely black eyes and unsettling presence cause fear and dread. People who encounter them often describe a feeling of intense terror. If someone lets these kids inside their home or car, bad things start happening, such as illness, accidents, or even mysterious disappearances. Hanako-San. Hanako-San is a ghostly figure said to haunt the bathrooms of Japanese schools. According to the story, if you knock 3 times on the door of the 3rd stall in the girl's bathroom and call out her name, she will suddenly appear. Students who summon her might see a little girl in a red skirt or hear a ghostly voice. Hanako-San is often associated with tragic stories, such as being a girl who died during World War II or a victim of bullying. Some say she will pull you into the toilet if you disturb her, while others claim she merely appears to scare those who call on her. The babysitter and the man upstairs. A young babysitter is looking after 2 children one evening when she begins receiving strange phone calls. The caller keeps asking her if she has checked on the children. Feeling increasingly uneasy, she contacts the police, who advise her to keep the caller on the line next time. When the babysitter does so, the police trace the call and discover it's coming from inside the house. They rush to the scene and rescue her and the children just in time. Monkey Man of Delhi. In 2001, the city of Delhi was gripped by fear due to sightings of a mysterious creature known as the Monkey Man. This creature was described as being part human, part monkey, with metal claws, glowing red eyes, and the ability to leap across rooftops with ease. The Monkey Man reportedly attacked people at night, causing injuries and spreading panic throughout the city. Despite numerous reports and police investigations, the Monkey Man was never captured or identified, leading to various theories about its existence. Some people believed it was a prankster in a costume, while others thought it was a supernatural being or an unknown animal. The Man from Taured. In 1954, a man arrived at Tokyo's Haneda Airport with a passport from a country called Taured, which did not exist. The passport looked legitimate, complete with stamps from other countries. The man insisted that Taured was a real place, located between France and Spain, and he showed visible frustration when officials couldn't find it on any map. Confused, airport security detained him in a hotel room while they investigated. The next morning, the man and all his documents had vanished without a trace. Despite thorough searches, no one could find any clues about his disappearance, leading many to believe he might have come from a parallel universe. Night Marchers. Night Marchers are ghostly apparitions of ancient Hawaiian warriors who march in large groups at night. They are said to be led by a high-ranking chief or king, and their appearance is often accompanied by chanting, drumming, and the blowing of conch shells. These spectral warriors are believed to march towards old battle sites or sacred places, floating above the ground without leaving footprints. Encountering night marchers is considered extremely dangerous, as looking directly at them or showing disrespect can result in severe consequences, even death. To avoid their wrath, people are advised to lie face down on the ground, showing humility and respect. Some believe that if a marcher recognizes you as a descendant, you might be spared from harm. The presence of night marchers is also thought to be a sign of great misfortune or impending disaster. Melonheads. The Melonheads are said to be small, humanoid creatures with large, bulbous heads who live in the forests and rural areas of Ohio, Michigan, and Connecticut. According to the story, they were once children suffering from hydrocephalus, a neurological disorder caused by an abnormal buildup of fluid deep within the brain, who were subjected to cruel experiments by a deranged doctor or scientist. Over time, they escaped into the woods and formed their own isolated community. These creatures are often depicted as being violent and territorial, attacking anyone who comes too close to their hidden settlements. Stories about the Melonheads have been passed down through generations, with many variations, but they all share the common theme of these eerie, deformed beings lurking in the shadows. Home Intruder poses as a clown statue. A babysitter was watching 2 children one night when she noticed a creepy clown statue in the corner of the living room. Disturbed by its presence, she called the parents to ask if she could cover it up. The parents were shocked and told her to immediately get the children and leave the house. They explained that they did not own a clown statue. When the police arrived, they discovered that the statue was actually a dangerous intruder who had been posing as a clown to avoid detection. Doll that grows human hair. Doll that grows human hair tells of a doll named Okiku, which is said to have human hair that grows. The story goes that a young girl named Okiku owned the doll, but she sadly died at a young age. Her grieving family placed the doll on an altar in her memory, and over time, they noticed that the doll's hair, originally a short bob, had grown longer and longer. Intrigued and frightened, the family took the doll to a temple, where monks confirmed that the hair was indeed human. The doll is still kept at the temple, and the monks periodically trim its hair, which continues to grow. Many believe it is the little girl that is inside the doll. Devil's Tower. Devil's Tower is a towering rock formation in Wyoming that has inspired numerous stories. According to Native American lore, it was created when a group of girls were chased by giant bears. The Great Spirit, hearing their cries for help, made the ground rise beneath their feet, forming the massive tower. The bears tried to climb the rock, leaving deep claw marks on its sides. In other stories, the tower is a place of supernatural energy, attracting UFO sightings and other strange phenomena. The Expressionless. In the 1970s, a woman with an unnervingly expressionless face was brought to a hospital in Los Angeles. She was found wearing a blood-stained white gown, and her presence caused immediate discomfort among the staff. She appeared human, but her movements and behavior were disturbingly mechanical. When doctors attempted to treat her, she violently attacked one of them, revealing rows of sharp, pointed teeth. The woman then fled the hospital, never to be seen again. The staff who witnessed the incident were left traumatized, and the story of the Expressionless became a terrifying story. Skeleton in a tree. In the 1940s, a group of boys playing in the woods near Hagley, England, discovered a skeleton inside a hollow tree. Authorities identified the remains as a woman who had likely been murdered during World War II. The mystery deepened when graffiti began appearing around the area asking, "Who put Bella in the witch elm?" Despite numerous theories, including weird occult rituals, the woman's identity and the circumstances of her death remain unsolved. The eerie discovery and the cryptic graffiti have turned this case into a long-standing mystery that continues to intrigue and haunt the local community. Death of Gloria Ramirez. Gloria Ramirez, known as the Toxic Lady, was admitted to a California hospital in 1994 for severe symptoms of cervical cancer. When medical staff tried to treat her, they noticed a strange oily sheen on her skin and a garlic-like smell. Soon after, several staff members began to faint and experience symptoms like nausea and shortness of breath. The emergency room was evacuated, and Ramirez sadly died. An investigation revealed that a combination of Ramirez's medication and a rare chemical reaction caused the toxic fumes. Her unusual and tragic death remains one of the most puzzling medical cases in history. Gateway of the Mind. The Gateway of the Mind involves a group of scientists who wanted to communicate with God by isolating the brain from sensory input. They experimented on a man who had all his senses surgically removed, leaving him unable to see, hear, taste, smell, or feel. Over time, the man began to hear voices and claimed to communicate with divine beings. As the experiment continued, he experienced horrifying visions and eventually begged for the experiment to end. The scientists recorded his last words, which were said to be a warning about the nature of human consciousness and the dangers of tampering with it. If you want to discuss this video or suggest an idea for the next one, join my Discord, link in the description.